Hello, and a pleasure to have you here once again. Nigeria's kidnapping crisis has taken another disturbing turn after reports emerged that the Kwara state coordinator of the Oduwa's People's Congress, Bayo Fabiyi, and two associates were allegedly abducted while attempting to secure the release of a kidnapped victim. The incident, which reportedly occurred in Oko Irese within Ire-Podun local government area of Kwara State, has sent shockwaves through local communities and raised fresh concerns about the growing boldness of criminal groupings operating across the country. What makes this story particularly alarming is the cruel irony surrounding it. According to reports, Fabiyi was not the original kidnapped victim. Instead, he was allegedly part of a team trying to negotiate the freedom of another individual who had reportedly adopted by suspected kidnappers. In a tragic twist, the rescuers themselves reportedly became victims. Sources familiar with the matter claim that the suspected kidnappers demanded an extraordinary ransom package before agreeing to release their captive. According to these accounts, the demand allegedly included 30 million naira in cash, 5 motorcycles, and 3 bags of rice. While these claims have not been independently verified by authorities, they paint a troubling picture of how sophisticated and emboldened kidnapping networks have become in parts of Nigeria. Determined to secure the victim's release, Fabiyi and 2 associates reportedly embarked on the dangerous mission. The group allegedly followed instructions provided by the kidnappers and traveled towards a remote forest area located near the boundary between Kwara and Kogi states. It was there, according to reports, that the exchange was supposed to take place. But what was expected to be a rescue mission reportedly turned into a nightmare. Sources claim that instead of releasing the original victim, the kidnappers allegedly turned on the ransom delivering team. Upon arriving at the designated location, Fabiyi and his associates were reportedly seized by the same criminals they had come to negotiate with. Since that moment, reports indicate that there has been little or no information regarding their whereabouts. Perhaps even more disturbing are claims that emerged after the alleged adoption. According to local sources, information later surfaced suggesting that the original victim, whose freedom was being negotiated, may have already been killed before the ransom team began its journey. If true, it will mean that the kidnappers allegedly lured additional victims into carefully orchestrated trap after the person they claimed to be negotiating for was no longer alive. The incident highlights the increasingly dangerous environment surrounding kidnapping negotiations in Nigeria. Families, community leaders, traditional rulers, and local security volunteers often find themselves forced into difficult situations as they desperately seek ways to rescue loved ones. In many cases, they must make critical decisions with limited information while dealing with ruthless criminal groups that frequently change demands and tactics. What makes Fabiyi's case even more remarkable is that he was widely known as a vocal advocate for stronger community security measures. Just weeks before his reported adoption, the OPC leader publicly expressed concern about the deteriorating security situation in Kwara South. He repeatedly argued that local security groups should play a more attentive role in intelligence gathering and rural security operations. Fabiyi had maintained that organizations such as the OPC possess valuable knowledge about local terrain, forests, and movement patterns that could assist security agencies in combating criminal activities. He frequently called for the greater collaboration between conventional security agencies and community-based security structures. His comment reflected concerns shared by many residents across rural Nigeria. Communities facing repeated attacks often complain that criminal groups exploit difficult terrain, inadequate security presence, and limited intelligence sharing to carry out kidnappings and other crimes. Many local leaders have therefore advocated stronger community participation in security efforts. Now, the very man who warned about worsening insecurity has reportedly become one of its latest victims. Adding to the mystery are reports that Fabiyi allegedly sought spiritual consultation before embarking on the mission and was reportedly advised against making the trip. While such claims remain part of the local accounts surrounding the incident, they have added another layer of intrigue to a story already filled with tragedy and uncertainty. Equally surprising is the revelation that the incident may not have immediately reported to security agencies. The Kwara State Commissioner of Police reportedly stated that the authorities had not received a formal report concerning the alleged abduction when initially contacted. This has raised questions about how quickly security forces were informed and whether earlier intervention might have been possible. The case also underscores a broader national concern. Across several parts of Nigeria, kidnapping has evolved into a highly organized criminal enterprise. What began years ago as isolated incidents has transformed into a lucrative business model for criminal networks. Victims now include farmers, students, traditional rulers, clergy, business owners, travelers, and even individuals attempting to negotiate the release of others. For many Nigerians, the reported adoption of an OPC state coordinator demonstrates the insecurity is no longer limited to ordinary citizens. Even individuals involved in community security efforts can become targets. The incident sent a chilling message that no one is completely immune from the reach of kidnapping networks. As families, colleagues, and community members await further developments, attention is now focused on efforts to locate Fabiyi and his associates. Many residents are hoping for positive news, but the incident has already reinforced fears about the growing influence of criminal groupings operating in forest and remote communities. The tragic irony remains impossible to ignore. A man who dedicated his effort to improving local security reportedly set out to rescue a kidnapped victim, only to find himself at the mercy of the same criminal network he has spent years warning the public about. I am Chimezrim Okoro. Thanks for watching.